What is up, beautiful people? Monique Marie Bradford here, coming at you with day 6 of our Freedom Formula 90-day sprint. You guys, I am super excited for myself and for all the moms and people that I'm going to be helping to create an online income. So, back again to help stay at home moms create an income from home in just a 2 hour workday, and also working moms who either want to add an additional income to their household, or add additional income without getting a second job, or replace their income so that they can be at home with their babies in working just a 2 hour workday. I'm here dropping the gems, you guys. If you are joining me live for this particular live, make sure to say hello so that I can shout you out. If you're watching the replay, comment replay so that I can connect with you. Very excited to share. Okay, so today is actually day 6. I came on earlier today and did day 4 and 5 because I took the weekend off. So now we are all caught up on day 6, okay? And today is about, the lesson is why you. Why should someone choose to buy from you? Right, in your online business. Okay, and I'm very excited, you guys. All of this that I'm sharing with you is in our free digital growth community for those of you who join lock arms with me through Recipe to Profits. So if you are that stay-at-home mom that wants to create that income from home, or you're that working mom who wants to create additional income or replace your income in a 2 hour workday, go to recipetoprofits.com, grab your Freedom Formula blueprint that's going to show you exactly how moms are doing this. Busy moms, this is how they're doing it in 2 hours a day. And then you're also going to get access to information about our launch pad. So that is going to provide you with a done for you digital product, a done for you automated marketing system, so that you can create that freedom lifestyle, right? Financially and time freedom. Okay, so let's get into it. Why should someone choose you? If you can't answer that clearly, your audience can't either, right? So today we're going to fix that. So if you're doing this 90-day sprint with me, then follow along. Let's get to it. And if you are in our community, you know that this same information is in our community, okay? So let's go ahead and get on with it. So it starts with positioning, okay? Positioning simply means how you stand out, right? It's how you stand out. So it's not being better than someone else. It's and it's not being the loudest, okay? Nobody cares. Nobody cares about if you're better than someone else. It's not a competition, right? Because like I said in our previous video, about trust, people do business with people they know, like, and trust, right? And if everybody's so different, right? Somebody may like you just because you're from the same place they're from. Maybe you remind them of somebody that they know. You remind them of themselves. They relate to your specific story, so you don't even have to compete, right? This is not about competition. There are over 5 billion people on social media. Trust me, whoever is for you will be for you. There's no need to compete. So, position it is not about being better than someone. It's not about being the most experienced. Nobody cares how many years of experience you have and all of that. People want to know, do they like you? Can they trust you? And do they want to do business with you, right? Are you providing them with what they need? Okay. And it's not about being the loudest. You don't have to be the loudest one in the room. There are people who are doing faceless stuff. There are people who, what we teach in our community, even posting free ads, right? But you want to position yourself. So, positioning simply means how you stand out. Like I said before, it's let's see. Oh, here's what positioning is about. It's about being clear about who you help and how you help them. Okay? It's about being clear on who you help and how you help them. Clarity builds that trust that we talked about for day 5. We're in day 6 now. And trust builds what? Buyers, customers, clients, right? So it's being clear about how who you help and how you help them. So, and if you need help with that, go back to watching day 5. I believe day 5 was when we talked about that clarity, getting clear on who it is that you help and how you help them. Okay. So remember, clarity plus conviction equals authority. If you're unclear, you look unsure. If you're unclear on who it is that you're helping and how you're helping them, then you look unsure. And anybody who looks unsure, you don't have the trust that you know what you're doing. And we talked about that in my previous video too, right? One of the ways to build trust is to know your stuff and know what you're doing, right? So if you look unclear, if you're unclear, you look unsure. If you're unsure, people hesitate. They hesitate to do business with people that they don't think actually knows what they're doing or how they can help you, right? Would you do business with a real estate agent that doesn't know much about real estate? Would you go to a doctor that is like unsure on how to help you? Would you? I don't think so. Would you go to a financial advisor who looks like they don't have any clue, or you can tell clearly from their lifestyle that they have no idea what they're talking about? No, absolutely not, right? So we want to make sure that we have clarity plus conviction. That equals that authority, right? So, um, your story. Let's start with number 1. Your story. Your story builds connection. And we talked about that in previous videos. Your story builds connection. This is how people can relate to you. Facts tell, stories sell, right? Facts are saying things like, if you're in a weight loss business, right? Facts say this product has ashwagandha in it. It has mushrooms in it. It has did all these different herbs, and it does this, right? But the story is what is actually, people are like, okay, cool. But when they're listening to you talk about everything it has, and it's like, cool, I know lots of products that have that same stuff in it. Okay. But when you come on and you say, dude, this product has all this stuff and da 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 da, but you know what? I took it and I have more energy now. I took it for 30 days and I've lost 20 pounds. Like, the story is like, okay, that's the stuff that I want. And you're telling me that you've got those results. Now you've built a connection. It's possible, right? And that's what creates sales. So it answers why you care about this, right? Your story answers why you care about the thing, right? And if you're with us in our digital growth community, if you've taken advantage of the launch pad and you've got your done for you digital product, these are the things that you need to be doing, right? This is what we all need to be doing. So here's some examples. I was overwhelmed and needed a simple system. Yes, that's a part of my story. I needed a simple system when I began to my journey in online income, right? I wanted a simple system. I don't want anything hard. I want it simple because I was working full time. Now, well, when I first started, I was a stay-at-home mom. So I needed something simple then. And then when I became a working mom, working in corporate, I needed something simple then because didn't have time, right? So that may be a lot of you. I was stuck and needed structure, right? You need structure. Or I wanted freedom with my family. All of this was me, honey. And it may be you too. So those are some examples of your story. You just tell your story. What got you fired up about what it is that you have to offer, right? I needed all of this stuff. So your story makes you relatable because those are things that other people can say, me too, right? Me too. If you can create a me too, then you're talking directly to somebody. Now that creates that connection to where they're drawn in and they want to know, how can they solve that problem too? How can I get like you, right? So your story makes you relatable and people trust people who understand them, right? So your story can let other people know, I understand where you're coming from. Okay? It's a beautiful thing. Now, number 2, why you? Why someone should choose you or should buy your product? instead of buying the other person's product, right? Because there are a lot of people selling products out here. There are a lot of people selling shirts and mugs and coffees and teas and lipsticks and beauty balms and makeup and digital products and courses and all of these things. But why should somebody buy it from you, right? That's what we're talking about today. Um, your method. Your method. This is very, very, very important. So, your method builds clarity, okay? This is how you do things differently. How you do things differently. So, here are some examples. And these are examples of what we teach in our community, right? What we teach in our digital growth community. And what you're going to learn when you take advantage of the launch pad, okay? So, how we do things differently. We teach a 2-hour workflow. Create an online income, create 6 figures in 2 hours a day, right? Automation first marketing. We want to create automation so that we can have a freedom lifestyle, right? We want the goal is to be at home watching Netflix and for your phone to say, "Hey, you just made a sale. You just got a $600 commission. You just got a $1,400 commission. You just got $100 commission." Right? That is the goal. That is what we're doing. Okay? So that's another example. Automation first marketing. What else is a part of your method? Structure over hustle, meaning knowing exactly what to do in a 2-hour workday, creating that structure and what to do in a 2-hour workday over hustle, over DMing people all day, reaching out, reaching out, reaching out, reaching out. Have you done your reach outs? Oh my God, I used to hate to hear that. Have you done your reach outs? If you've been anywhere in the online marketing, online business, network marketing business, I'm sure you've heard that before. Have you done your reach outs, right? We don't want to be reaching out and hustling all day. We don't want to have to go out everywhere we go out, to the mall, to the grocery store, to the post office, and or wherever, the movie theater with the family, and you're out there hustling all day trying to tell people about the product or the service that you have, passing out business cards and doing all this stuff, right? We want to bring the people to us. We want to attract people to us, right? That's going to create that freedom lifestyle for you. Or the 22 customer math model, right? Which is if you have the $1,400 done for you product that we have, then you know that you only need 22 customers in order to get to what? 30K, right? And I hope I'm doing my math right. If I'm not wrong, then pull out the calculator, right? So this is the method that we teach, okay? This is the method that you'll learn if you go to Recipe to Profits, download that free Freedom Formula Blueprint, and then that'll be emailed to you and learn about launching with that launch pad, okay? So your method gives people confidence to know there is, wow, that's awesome. There's a structure to this, okay? If you don't define your method, you look like everyone else, right? So you want to let people know what is the method that you show them in your business, right? So I love that. Now, number 3 of why people should purchase from you, your philosophy, right? What's your philosophy? Your philosophy builds authority, okay? So this is what you believe, and you have to stand for something. If you stand for nothing, you fall for everything, right? If you're not against anything, then you don't stand for anything, right? So your philosophy builds authority. This is what you believe. So here are some examples. Structure creates freedom, right? So I believe that structure creates freedom, meaning I believe that having specific things to do every single day, a daily method of operation in a 2-hour workday creates the freedom lifestyle that you're looking for. And I'm talking about financial freedom and time freedom, right? I believe that trust builds buyers, right? We create that trust by showing up consistently, right? Showing up consistently, bringing value, adding value to, and being clear on our message and who it is that we're talking to, right? I believe that you don't rise to goals, you rise to standards, right? It's great to have a goal, but what are the standards that are going to get you there, right? The 2-hour workday, the things that we're doing, 3 videos a day. What are the standards, right? And I believe that email is an asset. I believe we should be growing our email list every single day because that is something that you own. I believe that we have so many people who are selling online, right? But if you're selling through these social media platforms and you're not building your email list, you are doing yourself a disservice. That is very dangerous. Here's why. At any moment, they can shut down Facebook. At any moment, they can shut down Instagram. They can shut down your accounts specifically. They can shut down your TikTok. They can shut down your YouTube. And if you haven't done the job and done the due diligence of taking people from your social media platforms onto something you own, which is your email list, then how are you going to connect with the people you've built that trust in those relationships with? You won't be able to, which is why your real business is in your email list, right? That's something you own. That's something you can communicate with people forever through. You can sell forever through your email list. You can introduce different products. You can communicate. You can add value through email, even if something were to happen through these social media platforms. So social media is great for visibility, but it's what you do behind the scenes that's going to really create the income, which is what we teach at Recipe to Profits. So that's what I believe. I believe that you shouldn't have to create a list of 100 people and contact everybody on that list and say, hey, I just started this business. You mind if I send you over some information? Oh, no. I don't believe in that. I believe in creating content that is real estate. Content is real estate, is online real estate. This is why you see people who say, this, if you've seen it online, this one post made me $100,000. How did one post make someone $100,000 without ads? That post made them $100,000 because it's circulating in the algorithm. It caught on and maybe it went viral, right? But that one post that you could have done a year ago is still creating income for you today, right? YouTube, think about YouTube. How many times have you typed in how to do something and a video popped up that was created 5 years ago? That person who owns that video is still showing up 5 years ago because you did a simple search on YouTube for something specific, right? It is digital real estate that can pay you over and over and over and over again, which is something that I absolutely love, right? And that's what we teach people how to do, right? Your philosophy separates you from the noise. So what do you stand for? Number 6, why should people choose you? Your experience. Your experience, right? So experience builds credibility. And experience does not mean you made millions. You don't have to have made millions to have experience. Experience does not mean you've been in business for 20 years. It means you've walked through something, right? Experience means you walked through something. You've learned lessons. You've learned lessons, right? You've built a skill. You've executed something consistently, right? Because all of those things create results. And guess what? There are so many people who are super successful when they're just brand new in their online business, really showing people that they're walking through something. And people lock arms like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm excited for you. I want to join you in this, right? So that's a beautiful thing, to show people that you are a beginner and you're showing up messy and you're showing up consistently. You're showing up anyway, no matter what, through the mess, right? So that is your experience. You're sharing your experience, something you've learned, a skill that you're learning, right? So that's a beautiful thing. Even if you're newer, you still have experience. So show it. If you've watched a video training today in our digital growth community, right? If you watched a video today and learned how to create a piece of content, if you've learned something with personal development, how to show up scared, whatever it is, right? Whatever you learned, that's experience now. You can use that and share that. Hey, this is my experience. This is something I experienced today. Man, I have this product, right? I experienced so much energy from taking this product this morning. That's experience right there, right? Lessons you've learned. So why people should choose work with you or buy from you, your experience. So again, we're going to talk about clarity because we talked about that in my previous video. Clarity plus conviction equals authority. And when you clearly communicate who you help, what you believe, and how you do it, and you say it with certainty, you become trustworthy. Right? You can tell when someone doesn't really believe in what they're doing, but you can absolutely tell and feel when someone believes in what they're doing. Okay? All right. So, I want you to create your positioning statement. If you've been following along, this is your homework. Create your positioning statement, okay? I help blank who are struggling with blank achieve blank using blank, okay? And write that down, or you guys, if you want the worksheet, I do have a worksheet for this, and let me know you want the worksheet and I'll send it to you. If you're already have locked arms with me through Recipe to Profits, then you know that this worksheet is already in our digital growth community, okay? So here's the blank one. Who do you help? I help blank who, right? I help overwhelmed moms in their 40s. We're just going to give that example. I help overwhelmed moms in their 40s, right? For me, I help busy stay-at-home moms or working moms who want to create an additional income or replace their income and be home with their babies, create an online automated income in just 2 hours a day, right? That's me. But I help blank. So who is it that you're helping? Here's blank number 2. I help blank, busy moms in their 40s was the example we used, right? Who are struggling with blank. And this is where you want to be honest and real. And here's an example. Who are struggling with inconsistent income, right? I help moms in their 40s. That was the first blank. Second blank is who are struggling with inconsistent income, right? It could be anything else. It could be something else for you, right? Here's the third blank. I help blank who are struggling with blank achieve. You help them achieve what? This is going to go in the third blank. I help them to achieve. What is the result? So here's an example. I help blank who are struggling with blank achieve automated online income. That's what I help people to achieve, right? I'm using all my examples, but you flip this and make it to your own, right? And if you're already working with me through the through Recipe to Profits, then this is what you want to use if you're using our Done For You product, okay? But if you've already reached the point where you've created your own products, then you want to input your stuff here, okay? This is a blueprint. So we've gotten through the 3 blanks. I help blank who are struggling with blank achieve blank. Here's the 4th blank. Using, this is where you're going to put your method in, okay? Using a simple 2-hour workflow and email automation. That's mine, right? What is yours? And if you're working with me through the Recipe to Profits, then you're going to use that same one if you're using our Done For You digital products, right? Fill in the blanks. So here it is all put together using the example of what I teach, okay? I help overwhelmed moms in their 40s who are struggling with inconsistent income achieve automated online income using a simple 2-hour workflow and email automation. Positioning statement, because today was about positioning. Why should someone buy from you? You need to be clear on this. Okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be clear. Okay? It just has to be clear. So if you've been following along with me, I want you to post your positioning statement below so that everyone can see it, so that I can see it, and that you know you've done the work on getting clear on your positioning. Okay? Because this is what it's going to take to achieve success online. Because when you declare who you are, you start becoming that person. Up here, a man will be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth. Proverbs 12:14. Right? You can speak that. You can now declare that. When you declare who you are, you start becoming that person. Right? And when your audience sees clarity, they feel confident. They feel the confidence, right? They feel confident that they can work with you, that they can buy from you, that they can be your client because they feel that you know what it is that you're doing and what you stand for and who you're helping. And they know that it's them, that you're speaking directly to them, right? If you don't define who you are, the market will define you and it won't convert, right? You don't want anybody else telling you who you are. You tell people who you are, right? So, why should someone choose you? I'm going backwards now. Why should someone choose you? I'm about to wrap this up, y'all. If you can't answer that clearly, your audience can't either. So today, I hope that this fixed that for you. I hope that this fixed that for you. Okay? So if you want the worksheet for everything that we talked about so that you can develop your positioning statement, then let me know and I will send it, have it sent over to you. Okay? If you are that stay-at-home mom or that working mom that wants to create an online income or replace your income so that you can be home with your babies in just a 2-hour workday, right? Then go to my website, recipetoprofits.com, the Freedom Formula Blueprint that's going to show you exactly how moms are doing this. And it's also going to introduce you to our Launchpad so that you can get launched into creating online income right away with a done-for-you digital product, done-for-you automated system, and a community of over, I think we're at 56,000 members, with free training, people who are rocking and rolling. Oh my God, we just did our webinar today. It was at 5:00. Now it's 6:58. So I got off that webinar around 6, and then I did some stuff, and then I came here to show up for you guys. But it was so beautiful. I shared something in my story of somebody in our community. Let me find it because I just want to read what she said. It's just, let's see. Okay, she said, I was able to walk away from 2 jobs because of this 2-hour workflow. This is life changing. I love to see that. I love to see that. Then we had people just share, how one mom was saying, there's nothing like sitting on your couch reading a book and getting a notification like you just made $1,400, like from the content that you already have out there, following a 2-hour workflow. It's just amazing. So any other side, have a wonderful, blessed, prosperous time, whatever it is, day, night, evening, because the internet never sleeps. So I don't know where you are in the world watching this. Until next time, peace out.